Yo, I'm Rico. Welcome back to MMA Prophecy. In this, we're going to give our tips, analyze the fights, give our predictions for UFC 277, Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Peña 2. Let's go! Alright, first fight, kicking off the card. We're in the men's welterweight division. We got Orion Cosce versus Blood Diamond. Really interesting fight to start, man. Ain't gonna lie, I'm a bit iffy on my pick. I'm not too sure. My pick is gonna be Orion Cosce, I can't remember how you pronounce his name. Just because of his wrestling, but I'm not super impressed. Like, when he does get the takedowns, if he gets him against the cage, it's a lot of holding. Doesn't do much with it. Doesn't really look for a submission. Doesn't go crazy with any ground and pound. But he is dangerous, and he is a solid wrestler. On the other side, we've got Blood Diamond. Trains out of... Is it... The New Zealand, like, trains with Izzy in them, man. It's slipping my mind right now. He's a really good striker, man, and he is alright in the grappling, kind of. Like, he holds his own, but I do see Orion getting in the takedowns here. But yeah, Diamond's a really dangerous kickboxer, and he could knock Orion out here. I'm just worried a bit here, man. Like, this is literally a fight I don't want to pick. I'm going to pick both fighters if it goes to the ground. You know, it's Orion. Orion's going to use his wrestling, but I see Diamond. He's the way better striker and could get the finish. Orion's my pick, but Blood Diamond's the dog, so if you're going to bet it, I'd go with him just for the win. But yo, next fight, let's get the card moving, man. Took way too long with that. Next up in the men's light heavyweight division, we've got Negumereanu versus Ankalaev Potieria. I don't want to ruin his name. Potieria. Yo, him. He's making his UFC debut. He looks alright. I think he was on a Contender Series, sorry. I think Nikolai is going to get the win in this one. I think he's the... For one, he's got the UFC experience. He has got... he's probably fought better people. But yeah, I think he's going to be the more accurate striker in this. It's Orthodox versus Southpaw. Nikolai's the Orthodox. But yeah, man. I see him using his boxing belt. He's going to be the better boxer. And I think he'll be the stronger person if it goes against the cage. Even though Ihor's got a 3-inch height advantage. But yeah, man, I'm not fully confident with it, but Negumereanu is going to be the pick. Next up, we're in the women's bantamweight division. We've got Jocelyn Edwards versus Ji-Yeon Kim. Alright, at the bat, I got Kim in this one. This is a big if we get the Kim that turned up against Molly McCann, that Kim I see winning the fight. The Kim in her last fight, not impressed. Like, really not impressed. Jocelyn Edwards, if I remember right, she put in a bit of weight in her last fight. And she kind of held back a bit. She didn't let go of her hands like she normally does. Similar to Kim. Both of them are a bit of a shadow of themselves in their last fight. But I see Kim being a more active fighter. Kim's going to be the better grappler. Even though she doesn't grapple, she's a striker. But I think she will be a better grappler if it goes there. And yeah. Right now, like I said, I'm going by the Molly Meatball fight, that Kim, I see her being a more active striker as well. And she mixes it up. And she can get wild, man. She can be a dog. So that's going to be the pick. Ji-Yeon Kim to get the win. Final fight of the early prelims. We're in the men's welterweight division. We've got Michael Morales versus Adam Fugitt. This is, like... I can see why the odds are so wide, but they are really, really wide. Morales is a heavy favourite. He's an undefeated fighter. He is hella young. How old's my guy again? 23, yeah. Super young, 10 years younger than Adam in this one. Adam Fugitt's a late replacement. He's making his UFC debut. Yeah, he's a bit wild-ish. Like, not wild, but his striking's weird, like. It's not mad technical. He's got a decent stand-up, but he's a little bit slow with the striking. He can grapple a bit. But yo, in a video I watched of his fight, this dude threw 9 kicks in a row. 9 head kicks, just back to back. Whack, whack, whack. Like, yo, if you're doing that against Morales, he's going to make you pay. And I'm just seeing a few too many little holes I don't like in Adam Fugitt's game. Morales isn't perfect. He does get caught, and he holds his hands really low. But yeah, man, I think he's going to be the better striker. Way better. So that's going to be the pick. Michael Morales to get the win. And I'm going to say by TKO or KO. Alright, over to the men's lightweight division. Kicking off the prelims, we got Draco Klose versus Rafa Garcia. Really good fight, man. I like this matchup. Pretty much, you could say a kickboxer versus a boxer, but Klose's not really a kickboxer. You know, more Muay Thai, I could say. Well, he's not really that evil. Like, he throws the elbows and knees and stuff. But yeah, Garcia himself is predominantly a boxer. And he's a really good one, to be fair, in MMA boxing. He's got some really good counters. He's quite fast. He does fade a little bit later in the fight, but he's a dog. He won't quit. And the other side, Klose, savage himself. Good output, man. He puts the pace on the guys. If he smells the blood, he looks for the finish. And yeah, just because he offers the elbows, the knees, the kicks, and the grappling if he needs, that's why I'm going to pick Draco Klose in this one. Just a bit more to offer. But yo, Garcia is a game fighter. He's still dangerous with his boxing. Draco Klose to get a win. I'm just going to roll money line, but yo, he could get a finish in this one. Up next, we're in the men's heavyweight division. We got Dontel Mays versus Hamdi AbdelWahab. Hamdi's making his UFC debut, and I've not been impressed from what I've been seeing on his highlights. Mainly with the opposition he's fighting, man. Like, come on. He's really in high-level competition. Hamdi himself is quite a big guy. He carries a lot of weight. He's very top-heavy. He can go a bit crazy at the start. Just wants to end the fight as soon as it starts. He wants to get in and out. Doesn't get paid by the round. And yeah, I'm not the most impressed with Mays. Like, I can't remember who watched his fight. Are you serious? Anyway, his last fight, neither of them were the best. I can't remember who it was, and I just watched it. But I'm not really impressed with him either. So this is a fight I'm not going to bet on, but I'm going to go with a newcomer and the underdog, Hamdi AbdelWahab. I think as soon as the belt or the fight starts, he's going to go mad and just run at Mays. If he don't win, he's going to gas out and lose. So I wouldn't bet on it, but my pick is going to be Hamdi AbdelWahab to get his UFC debut win. Up next, we're in the men's lightweight division. We've got Drew Dober versus Rafael Alves. Really good matchup this. Both of them the same height. More or less the same reach. 2-inch difference. Dober's a southpaw. Alves is an orthodox. It's a tricky one, this, man, because Dober's like just a solid grappler. That's what he's coming to do, wants to wrestle. Whereas Alves can grapple, but that's it. But I'd say he more wants to strike. He didn't impress me much with his back. Like, I didn't see real urgency to get up. And that's what worries me. Because he is the better striker against Dober. But Dober's pressure wrestling is going to be something else. He's going to chain wrestle Alves. And that's what I think is going to make the difference here. So I'm going to pick Drew Dober to get a win. But I'm not like hella confident with it. Final fight, the prelims in the men's welterweight division. We got Alex Morono versus Matthew Semelsberger. Right. Semelsberger's got a 2-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. And I'm going to say he's the better striker. But I'm going to pick Morono in this one. It might be a shock to a lot of people. I'm rolling with the underdog. Just because, similar to the last fight, I'm not really liking Semelsberger off his back. Now, Morono's not like an out-and-out wrestler or anything. But I can see him mixing up the wrestling in this fight. He'll strike with Semelsberger. And he has got like a strong right hand behind him. But I see him using the grappling in this. And that's where it's going to play a factor, I think. So it's a bit risky. But I'm rolling with the dog. We're going with Alex Morono to get the win by implementing the grappling against Semelsberger. Before we jump into the main card, just to quickly, if you all could, please like the video. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying this and you want to see more content. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell if you want to see when our picks go up straight away. And jump in the comments if you don't mind. Let me know who you got in this fight. Let me know your picks. Let me know if there's someone you don't agree with who I have picked. If you're not really up for talking, just drop an emoji in the comments. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, love you all. Let's get back to this card. Kicking off the main card. In the men's light heavyweight division, we've got Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. The disrespect on Anthony Smith's name with these odds is a joke. So my pick is going to be Ankalaev. Like, I do think he'll win. But at these odds, no way am I betting on him. Like, I'm tempted to just single bet Anthony Smith money line. Because he's no slouch. Anthony Smith is a dog. He's looked really impressive in his last 2 fights. And yeah, them odds are just stupid. He's got a 1 inch height advantage over Ankalaev, which is nothing mad. And 1 inch reach as well. But yeah, Anthony Smith he's got the power to put anyone's lights out. So don't sleep on him like that with them odds. But my pick is going to be Ankalaev, but it's a straight no bet. If you're going to bet the dog. Next fight is in the men's flyweight division. We got Alexandre Pantoja versus Alex Perez. Now, this one, like, I'm going to pick Pantoja to get the win because I'm really impressed with his ground game, his BJJ. That submission he got over Royval was really impressive because he was getting touched up a bit in that fight. Pantoja does get hit on the feet, right? But he's no slouch. He can scrap. He can fight on the feet. But he is dangerous on the ground. Now, I really like Alex Perez's stand-up. Like, he's got good kicks. He's come from the Ultimate Fighter season 28. But yo, he hasn't fought in 2 years. Last fight was against Figueiredo, if I remember right. And he lost by submission. Pantoja is dangerous with submissions. So just because of the inactive time, having 2 years off, and his last loss coming by a sub, bit risky. But I'm going to pick Alexandre Pantoja to get the win here. Next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Derek "My Balls is Hot" Lewis versus Sergey Pavlovich. Right. Derek Lewis, if I remember right, this is in his hometown. He's got a curse here. He's not won. But yeah, Lewis is here for the paycheck. He's got no real ambition to fight for the title or anything. And so Sergey Pavlovich, from what I've seen, is an animal. This dude's a beast. He's a big guy as well, man. Powerful, fast, explosive. I think he's just going to bring it to Lewis. We all know Derek Lewis can knock anyone out. Most knockouts in UFC heavyweight history, full stop. So there's always that risk that Lewis could catch him and knock him out. But I'm going to take Sergey Pavlovich because of what he can offer. He's got more skill set than Lewis. And yeah, to me, he's someone who's hungry and wants to be a champion. He's also southpaw against Lewis is orthodox. But yeah, Sergey Pavlovich to get the win. I'm going to go by KO. On to the co-main event. In the men's flyweight division, for the men's flyweight interim title, we have Brandon Moreno versus Kara-France 2, I guess you could call it. Even though the first fight was only 3 rounds, this one's going to be a 5-round fight, and it's also for a title. This is the second fight they've had against each other. Now, that first fight was amazing. Really good fight if you watched it. Moreno edged it and got the win. He did, didn't he? Yeah, I think he did. Jesus. In this one, yeah. Right. This is where I think the big factor, what's going to make a difference, is Kara-France isn't used to fighting 5-round fights. He's a beast over 3 rounds. Moreno's been in 5-round wars. And I think that's what's going to be the difference in this one. Moreno's like, they're really good match, these guys. They're both amazing on the feet. They can both take a hit. They're down to scrap. And they can scramble on the ground a bit. I do say Moreno's probably a bit better on the ground. But not like anything that's going to make a difference. The factor for me, like I said, is going to be the rounds. This is 5 rounds, not 3. And yeah. These guys, man, both of them so young as well. Like Brandon Moreno, 28, Kara-France, 29. It's crazy. But that's going to be my pick. Brandon Moreno to get the win. Just going to go money line. Alright. The final fight. The big one. The fight this card was built around. in the women's bantamweight division for the women's bantamweight championship. The rematch, we got Juliana Peña versus Amanda Nunes. Boy, oh yeah, I'm excited for this one, you know. My heart wants Peña to win. My brain knows Nunes is going to win. I'm going to keep it real. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Peña. I'd love for her to win this fight. But Nunes is going to win. I'm sorry. Peña's striking is nowhere near as good as Nunes's. Like, it's just the technical side of it as well. The power is on Nunes's side. She's probably got the speed advantage, but you know what? It looked pretty even in that last fight, but Nunes was having an off day. But yeah, man, I can see her coming back hungry. She did have an off day. I think she slept on Peña a bit in that first fight. Thought she could dust her in one round and knock her out. She knows she's game now. But yo, I don't see her tiring like she did. What I am worried about though is like Nunes is panicking a bit here. She switched up her whole camp. I think she's got rid of everyone and got a whole new team in for this fight. That worries me a little bit. Like, I think she's overthinking this. But if she comes with the game that she should, and the fighter that we know she is, I see Amanda Nunes getting a win here. But doesn't mean Peña don't pull off another like massive upset. It's going to be really interesting, man. I can't wait to watch that one. But I'm going to pick Amanda Nunes to get the win. And yo, possibly a KO finish. Right, we've made it to the end of the video. If you have made it to the end of the video, big yourself up, man. You're the stars of this channel. You're the reason this channel runs. Thank you all so much if you've watched this and enjoyed this video. If you could like it, really does mean a lot. Subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, you'll know when we get drop our pick straight away. Hit that notification bell to get notified and all that. And yeah, man, drop a comment. Let me know who you got in this one. Let me know if you agree with my picks or disagree. It's all love. And yeah, if you're not one to chat, drop an emote. Let me know you're there. An emote? What am I about? An emoji. Let me know you're there. Let me know you're watching. Peace and love, man. Let's enjoy the fights. Let's hopefully make some money. Rico out.